Good evening. Welcome to Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the programme tonight. For the second time in just the last couple of days, the Prime Minister slams the opposition over corruption. Today at an event of the CBI, Mr. Modi says India's legacy of corruption was being nurtured in the past. He issues a warning against the powerful corrupt. This at a time when the opposition is entirely united against what they say is misuse of government agencies. They point to statistics and how they are targeted now versus in the past. That's our top debate. At half past the hour, there's more tension in Bengal. After Howrah, violence extends to Hooghly. The Bengal government now says that the situation is under control, but the war of words between the BJP and the Trinamool on who instigated it all continues. But it's not just Bengal. The Home Minister Amit Shah was in Bihar, where he tore into the Nitish Kumar-led Mahagathbandhan government in Bihar for failing to check communal violence in Sasaram, and asserted that rioters will be hung upside down if the BJP forms the government in 2025. On our second debate at 9:30, tracking the divide, violent clashes in Bihar and in Bengal, who is to blame? But first, the very strong remarks made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, hitting out at those he said were corrupt. Remember, in the recent past, he's spoken about a coalition of corrupt leaders, all of whom argue that they are being unfairly targeted by the agencies like the ED, the IB or the CBI. The Prime Minister was speaking at the CBI today. Let's listen in to what he said.
मैं जानता हूं जिनके खिलाफ एक्शन ले रहे हैं वो बहुत ताकतवर लोग हैं। बरसों बरस तक वो सरकार का सिस्टम का हिस्सा रहे हैं। संभव है कई जगह किसी राज्य में आज भी विस्तृत सत्ता का हिस्सा हो। बरसों बरस तक उन्होंने भी एक इकोसिस्टम बनाया है। इकोसिस्टम अक्सर उनके काले कारनामों को कवर देने के लिए, आप जैसी संस्थाओं की छवि बिगाड़ने के लिए एक्टिव हो जाता है। एजेंसी पर ही हमला बोल दो, ये लोग आपका ध्यान भटकाते रहेंगे, लेकिन आपको अपने काम पर फोकस रखना है। कोई भी भ्रष्टाचारी बचना नहीं चाहिए। जैसे जैसे भारत की आर्थिक शक्ति बढ़ रही है, तो अड़चने पैदा करने वाले भी बढ़ रहे हैं। भारत के सामाजिक ताने बाने पर, हमारी एकता और भाईचारे पर, हमारे आर्थिक हितों पर, हमारे संस्थानों पर भी नित्य प्रतिदिन प्रहार बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं। और इसमें जाहिर तौर पर करप्शन का पैसा लगता है। इसलिए हमें क्राइम और करप्शन के मल्टीनेशनल नेचर को भी समझना होगा, स्टडी करना होगा, उसके रूट कॉज तक पहुंचना होगा।
All right, well, joining us now, the national spokesperson of the BJP, Jaiveer Shergill. We are also joined by Dr. Ajay Kumar of the Congress, Sushmita Deb of the Trinamool Congress, KC Tyagi of the JDU, A. Sarvanan of the DMK, and the senior editor, Aarti Jairath. We are looking at the entire allegation of corruption which has been levelled. The Prime Minister says that in the past, those who were corrupt got away with it, not anymore. The opposition, on the other hand, say that they are being unfairly targeted. Jaiveer Shergill, in fact, statistically, the opposition appears to be correct insofar as the number of prosecution attempts being made against them compared to what it was in the past. So that being the case, how would you look at the entire allegation that they're being unfairly targeted?
Vishnu, thank you for having me on the show. Two arrows in my quiver on this. Firstly, Prime Minister has sent a clear message to the agencies. Let not opposition's habit of crying wolf, shedding crocodile tears, raising a false bogey of democracy is in danger, or seeking foreign intervention deter them from doing their job of catching the corrupt. Now I'll come straight to your point. I look at the other way around, Vishnu. the opposition's allegation that there is a misuse of agencies is loaded with hypocrisy, double speak and chicanery. And I'm going to give you 3 examples. 17th March 2021, Mr. Adhiranjan Chaudhary from the Congress accused that TMC colludes with bureaucracy to smuggle girls, cattle and daughters across Bengal. Adhiranjan Chaudhary of the Congress further says Ms. Mamata Banerjee goes to Italy and hides her foreign money there. But when the investigating agencies investigates the scam, the Congress cries wolf that agencies are being misused. Number 2 example, when the investigating agencies went after the Aam Aadmi Party and the BRS, the Congress held a press conference saying it is at our behest that this liquor scam is being exposed, and they were clapping and running pillar to post to steal credit. Number 3, when Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Kejriwal, has launched an attack against the Congress leaders in Punjab, where 3 former Congress ministers are behind bars, then the fight of corruption is valid. So the point I'm making is, the opposition fight or allegation of misuse of agencies laced with hypocrisy. Number 2, by raising the bogey of misuse of agencies, opposition wants an open license to indulge in corruption. And by raising this bogey of democracy is in danger, opposition wants a blanket bail against all investigations against them. Otherwise, how do you explain this sheer hypocrisy and the facts which I have given on your channel today?
Ajay Kumar, that is the key point, that if you're corrupt and you're being caught, you're now complaining.
Look, Shruti, I'm just hearing what Javier was saying. It's quite crazy because whether it is Vyapam, whether it is all the so-called BJP leaders who are now Chief Minister in Assam, they were accused of scam, they jumped into the washing Nirma powder of Bharatiya Janata Party and suddenly they are holier than the holiest. Whether it is Pay CM in Karnataka, whether it is the biggest scam, that is the 20,000 crores of round tripping we've been talking about, or various agencies which are only finding time to 95% of the investigation. 95% of the investigation is against the opposition. Even that 5% is against other business houses. I don't know what is the percentage of the BJP leaders. I think it would be less than 1%. Now, the largest scam, which is happening in the country, their MLA was caught with 8 crore rupees. The BJP MLA. He says it's normal to have 8 crore rupees. His son was caught with 40 lakh rupees. It is normal to have 40 lakh.
No, but he's being prosecuted.
What's that? What did he say? He got bail? What did he say? The statement Vishnu, he said that it is normal for people to keep 8 crores with them. It's normal for you. I don't know if Javier has any concept that it's normal for BJP guys to keep 8 crore rupees, because I'm totally flabbergasted. 40 lakhs his son takes is totally okay. Vyapam scam has gone to dogs. No inquiry is there. No. In Madhya Pradesh, as of now, few days back, the RSS guys were taken into job scam in Madhya Pradesh continuously unabated. My question is, Vishnu, with all the panelists here, political animals are political animals, corruption is corruption. Why isn't there any investigation against the Bharatiya Janata Party? 100 crores is Shiv Sena MP. There was an FIR lodged in Bombay to pay to become a minister.
Okay, Ajay, half a second. Let Javier respond. Javier, go ahead.
Vishnu, I don a hat of a lawyer as well. Let me tell you and the viewers. Malicious prosecution and political vendetta is a valid legal ground to challenge any investigation. How come if opposition charge of malicious prosecution and political vendetta holds weight, no court in the past 8 years has given relief to any individual from the opposition camp on the ground of malicious prosecution and political vendetta? Point number 2, rather than indulging in politics of spit and run, why is the Congress not approaching any forum for corruption, Vyapam scam, this scam, that scam, rather than knocking the doors of the court or the police station? Why is the Congress crying wolf rather than taking any concrete action? My last point, and look at today the grievance is this: ED has attached 98,000 crores of asset reflecting proceeds of crime. 1.25 lakh crore has been recovered as black money. Gangsters and terrorists like Iqbal Mirchi, there are prosecution complaints. The Congress just wants to act as a roadblock again in the way of Prime Minister's honest fight against corruption. There is a reason, and this example is going to pinch, I know that. From UPA era, FATF is giving example of paintings being used as a tool of money laundering. During BJP era, they are saying the Prime Minister has the highest approval rating, a news which has been flashed all across channels. That is the difference.
Vishnu, let me
Just half a second. I want to go across to Sushmita. Sushmita,
Okay.
how do you deny?
But Vishnu, one factual error. One factual error is it's not 1.5 lakh crores, it's 50,000 crores, which the minister said in the floor of the parliament for the money recovered, and
Okay.
it is 90,000 crores. One second. No, let us get, this is what one second. Javier, I will request you to send me the details because it's absolutely ridiculous to say 1.5 crores have gone back. Let me complete. See, let me complete. I'm absolutely sure of what the minister said in the parliament. The most important part is the ED, CBI, and all these places that isn't the opposition going and making requests? Is any investigation happening? You keep knocking at the court.
Okay, Ajoy, let me go across to my other panelists as well. Sushmita Dev,
go ahead.
how would you reply? Javier, I'll come to you after that. How would you reply, Sushmita, to those who say that, look, what are we talking about in the case of the Trinamool Congress? There have been multiple allegations of corruption. Sharada, Narada, and therefore for a party to say that they are being targeted unfairly, how is that true when, in fact, legally, you face so many cases which are being investigated, which throw up lots of things against you?
Vishnu, first of all, the Prime Minister was at a program with the CBI, and Javier Shergill just confirmed that in a program like that, the Prime Minister of India is talking about prosecuting the opposition, although the Prime Minister himself didn't use the word the opposition. Okay, so I feel that it is very simple. When it comes to corruption, please do investigate everybody where there is prima facie evidence. But what is appalling is, for instance, the leader of the opposition in Bengal is on the video saying there's only one evidence against me of corruption, and that's the Narda scam. But till today, the CBI has not knocked on his doors. Okay, you look at the case of Bellary Reddy brothers. Huge scam. Till today, the CBI is saying we have no evidence of it. In Yedurappa ji's case, a diary was found in his house with details of how money has changed hands. But the CBI seems to, sleeping around Mr. Yedurappa. And last but not the least, I myself in the Central Hall of Parliament received a booklet in which the BJP said that Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sharma is involved in a scam of Louis Berger. Okay, the CBI raided his house. The day he went to the BJP, all investigations were shut against him. So please do go after corruption. We don't have a problem. But selectively using central agencies to target opposition, I am sorry, the BJP stands exposed in this regard. And the Prime Minister to go before the CBI and talk against corruption is fine. But I think he should have given a specific instruction to say, please do go after the BJP leaders also, the ones who are reeking in corruption, against whom there is clear evidence, and all central agencies are sleeping over it.
Javier, go ahead. You wanted to reply. Yes.
Firstly, let me correct my erstwhile colleague and a friend, Ms. Sushmita, when she says Javier confirmed that go after opposition. 1 second.
Play it back.
One second. The issue is this, and I am saying this euphemistically. The Prime Minister did not name any political party, but the opposition, euphemistically and metaphorically speaking, is jumping like a kitten on a hot tin roof because of the Prime Minister's fight against corruption. I said the opposition's jibe that agencies are misusing agencies loaded with hypocrisy. And Ms. Sushmita Dev, let me educate you. It is not BJP which is being selective. It is your partners who Mamta Banerjee called Rahul Gandhi is a kid. It is Congress which is saying Ms. Mamta Banerjee's TMC colludes with bureaucracy to sell girls' daughters and cattle, and she deposits money abroad. So, if TMC is tomorrow looking for a license to indulge in corruption, NDTV, you pick up any show. Is there have been any raid by CBI and ED where cash on camera has not been recovered where TMC leaders and their associates? Point number 2. Point number 3. You are a lawyer. Section 156(3) says if the investigation agency or the police is not doing their job, you can very well go to the magistrate and file a complaint. The point I'm making is, if you have weight in your allegations, knock the court doors of the judiciary. Otherwise, don't indulge in this politics of spit and run. And my last, Vishnu, statistically, 3% of the total cases launched by the ED are against political leaders. The CBI, I have the NDTV report in my hand, gave an affidavit in the Supreme Court. The conviction rate is at the peak of 70%. The remaining cases are against Nexals, separatists, NGOs in disguise of doing money laundering, 1,500 licenses being cancelled. So the point comes back to this. The Prime Minister is adamant to fight corruption, and that is the reason today the potholes of corruption have been removed and we are on the expressway of development. You tell me one last statistic. 27 billion saved in public savings schemes and 26 lakh crore deposited.
No, but Javid, let me offer you some contrarian
Just one second.
statistics.
1 second.
Sushmita, half a second, you can come next.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Javid, look at some contrarian statistics. The allegation is that the central agencies have been misused. Under the Modi government, 121 prominent politicians are being probed or have been probed. 115 of the 121 are from the opposition. In other words, 95% of the total cases are against opposition leaders. This is a statistic from the Indian Express.
You are absolutely right, Vishnu. I'm not disputing that. I am saying if this allegation that there is a selective attack on opposition is true, then please go to the court of law and prove me wrong. Number 2, Mr. KC Tyagi is here, sitting on your show. Lalu Prasad Yadav, land for job scam. It is Mr. Nitish Kumar since 2008 who has been crying through his roof seeking for prosecution of Lalu Yadav. And today when his sanction has been given, they are turning around and saying it's malicious prosecution. Mr. Tyagi and his colleagues were the first ones to seek conviction of Lalu Yadav in this rail land for job scam. And today I read the statement on record. But when the investigating agencies are doing their job, they said, Sher aaya, they are crying wolf. This is sheer hypocrisy.
Okay, Mr. Tyagi, आप reply कीजिए, sir. You are being accused of hypocrisy. In the past, what you said against some leaders, today you are saying the opposite.
विष्णु
जी,
शेरगिल जी उस समय हमारे नौजवान साथी हैं, ये आरती उस समय थी। मुझको 75 के दिन याद आते हैं जब कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेताओं की तरह जनसंघ, इनकी जो पुरानी पार्टी थी, और हमारा जो हम समाजवादी हैं, हम पर यही आरोप लगते थे जब जयप्रकाश नारायण के नेतृत्व में हम लोग आंदोलन कर रहे थे कि ये देशद्रोही हैं, एंटी नेशनल हैं, अमेरिका के एजेंट हैं। ये सारे आरोप हम लोगों ने देखे हैं और जेल भी देखी है। उसी तरह का माहौल आज हो गया। मैं अपने नौजवान साथी से कहना चाहता हूं और चैलेंज दे रहा हूं आपके चैनल पे, नीतीश कुमार के खिलाफ एक नए पैसे का करप्शन का, क्राइम का केस आप बताइए। फिर भी आप कह रहे हैं कि सारे विपक्ष को भ्रष्ट नेता इकट्ठे हो गए हैं। कल तक हम आपके साथ थे, हम गंगा जल के धुले हुए थे, आज आपसे अलग हो गए हैं, हम खराब हो गए हैं। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, अपोजिशन की जो यूनिटी है ये आज से नहीं हो रही है, ये 1952 से हो रही है। और मैं 67 का, 75 का, 89 का, 98 का, जॉर्ज साहब के साथ 99 का एनडीए में मैं रहा हूं। अपने अनुभव के आधार पर मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं कि विपक्ष का इकट्ठा होना लोकतंत्र के हित में है। जब अटल जी ये काम करते थे तो लोकतंत्र के समर्थन में था, जब नीतीश कुमार जी करते हैं तो एंटी नेशनल हो गया। नंबर 3, मैं 5-6 जेंटलमैन के नाम आपको गिनवा रहा हूं। एक सेकंड। हेमंत विश्वा शर्मा, नारायण नराणे, येदुरप्पा, अजीत पवार जी 24 घंटे के लिए, शुभेंदु अधिकारी जी, मुकुल राय, शिंदे जी उनकी, और रेड्डी ब्रदर्स, ये अब गंगा जल के धुले हैं। सब पे बीजेपी की सरकार के शासन काल में ईडी का भी, सीबीआई का भी, डिस्प्रपोर्शनेट एसेट का भी मुकदमे चले हैं। आज इनमें से किसी एक आदमी पर भी अगर कहीं पूछताछ हो रही हो तो मेरे नौजवान दोस्त ही बता दें।
Javid, respond. selective.
जहां तक आपने कहा बिहार का,
Selective. एक सेकंड सर, एक सेकंड.
जहां बिहार का आपने कहा है,
त्यागी साहब आपने कई पॉइंट रेज किए, जयवीर को प्लीज जवाब देने दीजिए. जयवीर को
विनम्रता से आपको जवाब देता हूं. आप मेरे बुजुर्ग हैं, बड़े भी हैं और आपका राजनीतिक अनुभव भी मुझसे ज्यादा है. पहली तो बात, मैंने अपने वक्तव्य में नीतीश जी को भ्रष्ट नहीं माना, आपने भ्रष्ट सुन लिया. आपके और उनके बीच में क्या चल रहा है ये मैं जानता नहीं. मैं विपक्ष के एजेंसियों के दुरुपयोग का जो दोहरा मापदंड है, तो दोगलापन है, उसका पर्दाफाश कर रहा था कि वही नीतीश बाबू ने रेलवे भ्रष्टाचार कांड में लालू जी की सैंक्शन और कन्विक्शन के गुहार लगाई थी, अपील की थी 2008 से, और जब जज एजेंसीज ने कर दिया तो आपने कहा लोकतंत्र हाय हाय. दूसरी बात, अगर सबके पास आज विपक्ष पे जितने लोग स्क्रीन पे बैठे हैं, एक स्क्रिप्ट है और 8 नाम है, पर मुझे डिबेट के 21 मिनट हो गए हैं, इन 8 नाम पे एक उत्तर क्यों नहीं मिल रहा? पहली तो बात, हेमंत और शुभेंदु अधिकारी जी को भाजपा ज्वाइन होने के बाद बुलाया गया. दूसरा, अगर आप सभी लोग इतने पीड़ित हैं, उनके खिलाफ जांच क्यों नहीं हो रही, तो आप अदालत का दरवाजा क्यों नहीं खटखटा रहे? आपको जॉर्ज सोरस, यूके, अमेरिका, जर्मनी, आपको आगे बचाना पड़ेगा. और मेरा आखिरी वक्तव्य, केसी त्यागी जी, आप भी अनुभवी आदमी हैं और मुझसे ज्यादा ज्ञान रखते हैं. आप ये बताइए कि आज देश का सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या ये निर्णय दे सकता है कि कोई जांच एजेंसी किसी भी विपक्षी नेता, विपक्षी पार्टी के खिलाफ FIR, ECIR नहीं दर्ज करेगी? क्यों? क्योंकि श्री राहुल गांधी को लगता है लोकतंत्र खतरे में है. वो लोकतंत्र खतरे में नहीं था जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उनको बलात्कार के केस में राहत दी, जब उनको नेशनल हेरल्ड पे बेल दी, जब उनको 7 मानहानि के केसेस पे बेल पे है, तब तो लोकतंत्र जिंदा है. और आज जब कार्रवाई हो रही है, निष्पक्ष कार्रवाई हो रही है, तो लोकतंत्र हाय हाय. ये जिसका पर्दाफाश कर रहा हूं.
Mr. Saravanan, Ojo, I'll try and come back to you, but I want to go across my panelists. Mr. Saravanan, we haven't come to you as yet. The point being raised is that all of you in the opposition have so many cases, and it's not enough for you to say that you're being unfairly targeted. If you have a problem, you can always go to courts.
Yeah. See, firstly, the question is, does the Prime Minister have the moral authority to talk about corruption when he has Adani as his friend? And look at the allegations that has been made against Mr. Adani and his group. Has there been any investigation against it?
There is a Supreme Court mandated. There is a Supreme Court mandated probe.
No. That is not for the corruption of Mr. Adani. Please don't mislead.
No, I'm not misleading. There is a Supreme Court mandated probe with 5 or 6 of the top experts in this country looking at all of the allegations.
It is not for the wrongdoings of the Adani group. It is for something else. Let us not mislead the general public.
No, we are not misleading the general public. That is meant to look into all of the allegations which have been raised against this group.
Not all of that. I beg to differ. No. I beg to differ. Not all of that. Let us put that on record.
But why don't you wait for what the Supreme Court says? Anyway, go ahead.
Let's shift the focus. When they are having these electoral bonds, the mother of the corruption in political funding, can the BJP speak about corruption? And everybody spoke about the leaders whom the BJP accused of corruption. And how now they have joined the BJP, they have become all right. The BJP bent the laws in the case of Gole. They repealed the amendment made by Mr. Vajpayee to the Representation of the People Act and allowed a convicted person corruption to hold the Chief Minister's post. The BJP has that dubious distinction. And what right and under what authority does the Prime Minister speak about corruption? This is just a bogey to turn the tables on the opposition. It is the BJP which has to answer. They were speaking about the corruption of CWG, coal scam, 2G and all that. 2G, there was a clear acquittal. In 2G, they said the notional loss was around 1,76,000 crores. For the same 5G, 1,50,000 crores was the amount that was realized. Then what kind of a humongous corruption the BJP has done? But unfortunately,
all right, Javid reply.
The Charter 10 is not anymore there as the CAG.
Vishnu, NDTV is a very credible channel. I have the Supreme Court order in my hand. Page 8, para 15.c. You are absolutely right and this gentleman is wrong. Reads, the remit of the committee shall be to investigate whether there has been regulatory failure in dealing with the alleged contravention of laws pertaining to the securities market in relation to the Adani Group. This is English. After the liquor scam,
Don't you know what you mean by regulatory filing? Regulatory filing. It does not go into
Mr. Saravanan, he didn't interrupt you. Don't interrupt him. Mr. Saravanan, no, come on, my friend Mr. Saravanan. You know I try and avoid these cat fights on my program. You made a point, he didn't interrupt you. Let him make his point. Go ahead, Javeer.
Point number 2, the VRS, which was called VRS by the Congress in their press conference after CBI caught them in the liquor policy scam, and the Congress did the press conference saying VRS should be named as VRS, voluntary retirement after the expose. The VRS today, after being caught red-handed, is shouting through the roof, because every accused, when he gets handed, his first instinct is to blame the inspector or the person who puts the handcuff on them. The trouble, the paranoia, the insecurity reeks that how deep BRS is into corruption by coming on channels, misquoting Supreme Court orders, is not going to deter the CBI investigation, which is the exact message the Prime Minister has given. So brace up for tough times ahead.
Aarti, do you believe that corruption, in the context of what the Prime Minister said today, not just today, but in the last couple of days as well, is going to be perhaps one of the dominant sort of arguments in taking on the BJP, the government, the Prime Minister will take on the opposition exactly on the same lines in which he's being targeted, leading up to Karnataka and beyond?
Absolutely, that's what it looks like, Vishnu, and this is what surprises me, because in 2014 and in 2019, the BJP conducted a very positive campaign, where they, made promises to people and raised hopes and expectations and, appealed to people's aspirations. And that's how they won those 2 elections so handsomely. This time, the BJP seems to be on the defensive. It seems to be really worried that the opposition will come together and, could maybe actually pose a challenge to the BJP. And that is why it's going on a negative campaign where it is attacking the opposition parties rather than looking at what people want and addressing people's concerns and addressing, promising people, a better life, a vision for the future. This now seems to have become a very negative campaign to run down the opposition, because there seems to be actual worry in the BJP that the opposition may come together. And I don't know whether this time the opposition can defeat them. Opposition did defeat the Congress in 1977 when they came together. The opposition did defeat the Congress in 1989 when it came together. The opposition did pip Vajpayee in 2004 when it came together. But, this has to be put to test now, because maybe the paradigm has shifted. Maybe Modi has changed, the way people vote. Maybe this is a new India. But I think the BJP is scared of putting that thesis to test.
Vishnu.
So it would like a fragmented opposition, a divided vote, so that it makes it easy for them to win the next.
Okay, Ajoy, I'm running short on time, but I'll give you 30 seconds and then JV 30 seconds and we'll wrap this up. Ajoy, go ahead.
So Javeer has been saying go to court, because he's convinced that ED and CBI are not going to do their job. Second issue, like what Saravanan said was absolutely, the DMK spokesperson said, 12,000 crores, mother of corruption, father of corruption, grandfather of corruption is the electoral bonds. And they have the audacity to come here and preach, that about integrity. The third important point is the Bharatiya Janata Party is continuously targeting. You see the spokesperson's game. We said this against opposition because they're scared of the opposition unity. Let them say Modi is scared. The fact is, Mr. Shergill, that the opposition knows that the biggest evil this country is facing is the Bharatiya Janata Party. 12,000 crores, if you can come on the TV channel and say that the anonymity of the electoral bonds is something good for this country and it is not attacking democracy, then I am absolutely shocked by the position you guys are taking. And the most important part, I am convinced that the ED and CBI and all the agencies are never going to investigate, because you kept telling us.
All right, well, let's see if they finally do or they don't. I'm running short on time. Javid, you have the last word. Go ahead, yes.
Let me assure Ms. Chereth history will not repeat itself. BJP is very watchful of every opposition move. Number two,
Vishnu,
my
can
dear
I get in just one word?
Mr. Dr. Ajoy Kumar says BJP is scared. My friend, after losing 98% deposit in Uttar Pradesh, under 20 seats in Gujarat, after losing 50 elections out of 55 under Mr. Rahul Gandhi's leadership, losing 172 seats out of 180 in Northeast, it is the voters which is scared of the Congress party.
One
Janata
second,
Party.
Vishnu.
I
can
like
ask
your
some-
confidence.
Karnataka आएगा. Pay CM, Javeed.
No, come on. Javeed, are you done
One
with your
second,
point?
Vishnu.
Pay CM.
I have the
Vishnu.
Congress and TMC,
Yes,
which
yes.
otherwise calls them names, joining against Javeed Shergill, who are my both are former.
Javeed,
And
Javeed,
Javeed Shergill has
Javeed,
answered
No, one
every
second,
single
Vishnu, can I
point.
just come in for 5 seconds?
No. I have to wrap this up
Just
because
5 seconds,
Javeed,
5 seconds.
Sushmita, you know, he does have a point. There were 5 of you,
No,
and
you
he
let
is alone.
me speak instead of you
But he
speaking.
took-
I think BJP is the country's biggest washing machine.
Okay.
Every leader who enters this washing machine gets
True.
cleansed and come out.
All right,
That
Javeed,
is the
reply to
Bharatiya
that.
Janata
Again,
Party.
I have to give him a chance to reply to every
That is
allegation.
a fact, and I think
Javeed, would you
people
like to reply to
understand
that?
It's the washing machine
Sushmita
party.
ji,
Mamta and her
please-
washing
Hemant
machine.
Biswa Sharma. Hemant
All right,
Biswa
one second. No,
Sharma
one sec, everybody. Javeed,
Sumant
30
Adhikari
seconds,
comes out
and then
clean.
we take a break. Yeah.
Narayan Rane comes out clean.
Miss
You can't
Sushmita,
see their corruption.
whatever machine we are working. Your machine has no current, no electricity.
You
Was
are
defeated
not.
in election.
All right, okay.
My friend.
Okay, we'll leave it over there. We will leave it over there. Everybody, thank you. Let us have peace. The elections have still not
Have
come.
water.
We're going to take a break. We're going to turn our attention to something completely different. We're going to be looking at the tension which remains in parts of Bengal. Also, Bihar, very strong remarks by the Home Minister. Again, the link, the allegations of communalism being made by both sides. We're going to be looking at that. Stay tuned. There's more tension in Bengal after Howrah. Violence extends to Hooghly. The Bengal government now says the situation is under control, but the war of words between the BJP and the Trinamool on who instigated it all continues. But it's not just Bengal. The Home Minister Amit Shah restored into the Nitish Kumar-led Mahagathbandhan government in Bihar for failing to check communal violence in Sasaram and Bihar Sharif towns and asserted that rioters will be hung upside down if the BJP forms the government in 2025. Our second debate, tracking the divide, violent clashes in Bihar and Bengal, who is to blame? We'll be joined later on this program by the senior BJP leader Dilip Ghosh and by the senior Trinamool Congress leader Shashi Panja. But let me go straight across to our panelists. Shratrupa, spokesperson of the BJP in Bengal, and Riju Datta of the Trinamool Congress, and Mr. K.C. Tyagi still with us. Tyagiji, in fact, let me come to you first, because first it was Bengal, then it was Bihar. The Home Minister basically making the point that if he had his way, then those who were responsible for the violence in Sasaram would be hung upside down. How would you reply?
विष्णु जी, मैं बहुत ही नम्रता के साथ कहना चाहता हूं कि जिस पद पर अमित शाह जी बैठे हैं उस पद पर कभी सरदार पटेल थे, सरदार पंडित गोविंद वल्लभ पंत थे, चौधरी चरण सिंह थे, हमारे उनके नेता आडवाणी जी थे। कभी किसी गृह मंत्री ने किसी राज्य में जाकर के कभी भी ऐसा बयान नहीं दिया कि हम उल्टा लटका देंगे। ये कोई लोकतंत्र की कोई कल्चर्ड लैंग्वेज नहीं है। आप कहिए कि हम पनिश करेंगे, जांच के नतीजे आएंगे, उनको सजा देंगे, लेकिन ये भाषा जो है मैं पहली बार सुन रहा हूं। मैं अटल जी के टाइम से भी, पुराने टाइम से भी, मुरारजी भाई के टाइम से भी हूँ राजनीति में, और बड़े बड़े नेताओं के मैंने वक्तव्य देखे। एक तो मेरा इस पर ऐतराज है, नंबर 1। नंबर, विष्णु जी, मैं आपके चैनल पे था कई साल पहले, हमारी और बीजेपी की मिलीजुली सरकार थी
जी।
भागलपुर में रामनवमी पर उपद्रव हुआ था। केंद्र में मंत्री हैं अश्विनी चौबे जी, याद कीजिए आप, मैं आपके चैनल पे था, उनका बेटा गिरफ्तार हुआ था और एनडीए में भूकंप आ गया था। नीतीश कुमार ने कहा जो भी दोषी होगा पकड़ा जाएगा। केंद्रीय मंत्री का बेटा पकड़ा गया, अश्विनी चौबे जी का, दंगा फैलाने के आरोप में। तो मेरा बहुत ही नम्रता के साथ ये कहना है कि चूंकि चुनाव है 2024 में और देश में जिस तरह का एटमॉस्फेयर है वो बहुत खतरनाक है। दिल्ली का आप मैं बताता हूं, आपने देखा, हम और आप दोनों दिल्ली के हैं, जहांगीरपुरी में पुलिस ने इजाजत नहीं दी थी उस दिन जुलूस निकालने की, लेकिन 4-5 हजार का जो क्राउड होता है, जिस हिंदू का खून न खोला, खून नहीं वो पानी है, नारे लगाते हुए गया, पुलिस अधिकारियों को दबाव डाला और उसके बाद जुलूस निकाला गया। जहां पर मस्जिद थी वहां से अजान की आवाज आ रही थी। कन्फ्रंटेशन इनएविटेबल है। तो मेरा कहना है कि चुनाव से पहले पूरे देश के माहौल को कम्युनलाइज करने का प्रयास किया जा रहा है। हमारी पार्टी भी और हमारी सरकार भी, चाहे हमने बीजेपी के साथ सरकार चलाई हो या आरजेडी के साथ चलाई हो, वहां इस तरह की कम्युनल पॉलिटिक्स के लिए कोई स्कोप नहीं था। हम बीजेपी के लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर रहे थे। मैं अपनी बीजेपी
जी खत्म कीजिए, आपका सेंटेंस खत्म कीजिए।
मैं विष्णु जी आपके चैनल पे कहना चाहता हूं, बीजेपी के लोग जब एनडीए की सरकार थी अंडर नीतीश कुमार, तब भी कम्युनल वायलेंस फैलाने के आरोप में गिरफ्तार हो चुके हैं। इनका पुराना रिकॉर्ड है और 2024 की तैयारी है और कुछ नहीं है।
Shotrupa, that in fact is the key point, that the BJP is doing this not just in Bihar but in Bengal, possibly other parts, as the key agenda before 2024. Reply.
Vishnu, this is actually my first time on the show with you, and it's a pleasure to be with you. But unfortunately, Bengal comes into the limelight for all the wrong reasons. As far as this allegation is concerned that BJP incites violence everywhere and incites communal riots, I would straight away like to deny this. As far as what has happened in Howrah and what has happened again in Hooghly, this has been a ploy by the Trinamool, because if you remember, on the 29th, 29th it was, the Honorable Chief Minister herself said that she is warning the people who will be taking out Ram Navami processions, warning them not to go into Muslim-dominated areas. Now, what does this mean? If a Chief Minister of the state claims that she is making demarcations on the lines of Hindu and Muslims, somewhere down the line, this is very wrong. As far as that particular procession was concerned, we've been repeating this over and over again. It was led by Vishwa Hindu Parishad, VHP people, and they had given, as is very necessary, they had given a complete route map to the police, asking for police cooperation.
Let me just...
can I just finish, please? I think Mr. Tyagi is saying something. No, I just wanted to say that we did not, the VHP people have not deviated from the route, because that was also published. This was the route, and that was the route that they had followed. Documents have been submitted.
No, however, that is debatable, because the Trinamool says you didn't get police permission. You had applied for permission. The police said you have to submit documents in return. Those documents which they had wanted were not given back to the police. That's what the police says. They've shared this with the media.
Vishnu, you have to agree that the police is led by the Honorable Chief Minister. She is the police minister.
Are you saying therefore...
So frankly speaking... Let me just finish. You'll get all your answers. All I'm saying is, if the police has said something, we have also submitted to the media our permission letter that we had asked for. Permission was not given. Police does not give permission, but we have held at least 100 processions all over West Bengal. We had actually not asked for permission. We asked for cooperation from the police. Now, having said all this, you tell me under which normal land that there is a community which is apparently according to why, the Chief Minister stated that they are in Ramzan, this is the Roja month, so they will be very peaceful. So they were so peaceful.
Let's get a reply from Riju Datta to all of those points.
Stones and vandalize the procession for no rhyme or reason.
Riju Datta,
and not
you are
only just one more sentence,
by which I mean your supporters are responsible for the vandalization that is taking place.
Can I just have one more sentence before you pull in Riju, please?
Shotrupa, half a second. You've had a long say. Let him reply to this.
I just want to complete what I'm saying. I will not take more time. I'm saying that this was the day of the Ram Navami. Now, can you please tell me, or somebody explain to me, why this whole thing happened in Rishra again? And if they're so justified in what
all right,
done,
let's get some
why
answers.
Have they stopped the
Riju, would you please reply? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Vishnu, thank you. Please, I hope you'll give me the courtesy.
Yes, please go ahead.
See, it's BJP's toolkit playing out very shamelessly. 3 states where frequent violence have happened is Bengal, Bihar and Maharashtra. 130 Lok Sabha seats which BJP is losing. Now I'll expose the toolkit. Number 1, choose a non-BJP state. Number 2, mark minority populated areas. Number 3, send BJP goons in religious processions. Number 4, start stone pelting and arson. 5, blame Muslims and the state government. 6, claim Hindu khatre mein hai. 7, 100 times media coverage. 8, path to victory and glory. So this is they are following the BJP toolkit by the book. The bottom line is Jai Shri Ram from being a warm greeting in this country has become a lynching war cry. BJP is weaponizing every Hindu festival in this country. My question is this, which Hindu scripture, which Puran, आप मेरे को एक बताइए, एक वेद, एक पुराण, एक उपनिषद, जहां पर प्रभु राम ने कहा है कि मेरे को प्रसन्न करने के लिए, मेरे पूजा के लिए आप कट्टे लेके जाइए, आप बंदूक लेके जाइए, आप बम लेके जाइए, आप चाकू, छुरी और तलवार लेके जाइए. What is this? This is pleasing Prabhu Ram. Bottom line is, for their electoral mileage, they are doing this, they are following their toolkit of rioting and hate mongering, and I am ashamed to say this, that BJP and even the Prime Minister Modi, he himself is a disgrace to the constitution of this country because he is allowing all this under his nose.
Okay.
This cannot go on.
Now, earlier on, to get answers to a lot of the points which have been raised, I spoke to 2 senior leaders, Dilip Ghosh of the BJP and Shashi Panja of the Trinamool Congress. Let's listen into what they had to say on various aspects of the violence in Bengal. I'd like to thank this panel very much for being with us. Very privileged to be joined at this stage by the senior BJP leader, Dilip Ghosh. Dilip da, thank you very much for being with us. Now, Dilip da, the point which has been mentioned by the Trinamool Congress is that in the original rally, there were weapons which were brandished, there was a pistol, there were swords, there was a DJ, and that instigated people. How would you reply?
देखिए, आप पता करिए, मीडिया के बहुत सारे साथी हमारे साथ चल रहे थे. आप जान रहे हैं, वहाँ से मीडिया मेरी उस समय बाइट ले रही थी जब पथराव हो रही थी. तो स्पॉट में एक भी वीडियो कहीं दिखा दें, कोई गैरकानूनी हथियार लेके कोई चल रहा है हमारे साथ, पूरा मना था, कोई हथियार नहीं निकलेगा.
नहीं, मैं सिर्फ आज के बारे में नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ, मैं ओरिजिनल जो एपिसोड इंसिडेंट हुआ था, तृणमूल ने एक वीडियो रिलीज किया था जहां एक हथियार दिखाया गया, एक पिस्टल दिखाया गया था. वो गलत है. आप कह रहे हैं कि वो गलत
वीडियो कहीं का, तो उसका जांच हो.
ओके,
बिल्कुल गलत है, झूठा है, लोगों को भ्रमित करने के लिए, आप लोगों को भ्रमित करने के लिए किया जा रहा है. वो कहां का वीडियो, कब का वीडियो, पहले सबूत करे. ये क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस है, झूठ फैलाने का. कहीं से भी रैली के अंदर कोई एक वीडियो दिखाए हथियार के साथ, किसी को हाथ में डंडा भी नहीं था, केवल झंडा था, और नाचते गाते लोग रैली में, महिलाएं बच्चे सब जा रहे थे, हजारों लोग थे. और जब पथराव हुआ तो अफरा तफरी मच गया, उनको संभालना भी मुश्किल है हम लोगों के लिए, और हम लोगों को चोट लगा. तो ये स्थिति है. आप टीएमसी जो कर रही है उससे बचने के लिए ये सब झूठ फैला रही है.
और दिलीप दा, ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि पुलिस परमिशन आपके पास नहीं था.
वहां खड़ा होके उसी दिन शाम को वहां के एमपी माननीय कल्याण बनर्जी जी क्या बोल रहे हैं, परमिशन जरूर था लेकिन बाहर के लोग आ गए थे. अब तो वो लोग पहले अपना स्टैंड तय करे. सब जगह ये बहाना लाते हैं, परमिशन नहीं था.
पर दिलीप दा, पुलिस को कहना है कि
जिन लोगों ने
परमिशन नहीं
ज्यादातर
था,
ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, उन्होंने भी बोला मीडिया को, हमारे पास पेपर है, पेपर दिखा के बोला सब जगह.
दिलीप दा, वो पेपर में कुछ सवाल थे,
पुलिस भी साथ में था.
दिलीप दा, उस पेपर में कुछ सवाल थे और आपको कहा गया था, बीजेपी को कहा गया था कि प्लीज प्रोड्यूस द फॉलोइंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स, प्लीज इंश्योर दैट एक टाइम से एक टाइम आप वहां जाते हैं, एक्सेट्रा, और एक जिम्मेदारी आप पे होगा, दैट देयर शुड बी नो वायलेंस ओवर देयर. और ये सब आप लोगों ने साइन करके पुलिस को वापस नहीं दिया, ये कहा जा रहा है.
देखिए, बीजेपी कोई ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं कर रहा था. हमें आमंत्रण किया गया था, हमने समाज के साथ था. वहाँ अलग कमेटी थी, वो कमेटी के जो प्रेसिडेंट थे वो मेरे को फ़ोन किए, उसके बाद भी कि वहाँ लाइन काट दिया गया, कोई पुलिस हमारा फ़ोन नहीं उठाता है, ये सब हुआ है. इसलिए सब जगह पेपर था, वो चाहे तो पुलिस देख ले. तो बिना परमिशन का पुलिस कैसे रैली को निकलने दिया? हमें तो एक सभा भी नहीं करने देते हैं, एक मैदान नहीं देते हैं. आज मेरे क्षेत्र में एक पब्लिक मीटिंग था बीजेपी का, उसको अंतिम समय पर उसका परमिशन कैंसिल किया. हमारे एलओपी वहाँ उपस्थित होने वाले थे, और कैसे छोड़ दिया हमारे लोगों को? अब झूठ बोलने का जगह चाहिए। कल्याण बनर्जी का स्टेटमेंट देख लीजिए कल वहां का, उन्हीं का क्षेत्र में रिछड़ा है, वो बोले हाँ परमिशन था, तो एमपी बोल रहे हैं परमिशन था और उनके पार्टी बोल रहे हैं परमिशन नहीं था, कौन सा सही है?
दिलीप दा, फिर तृणमूल को कहना है कि ये पहले बार ये नहीं हो रहा है, पहले भी 2019 में शायद बंगाल और हावड़ा में हुआ था। पार्क सर्कस एक और जगह है जो कम्युनली वेरी सेंसिटिव है, और अब जो हो रहा है वेस्ट बंगाल में हावड़ा से हुगली तक फैल चुका है, इंटरनेट सर्विसेज कट किए गए थे, एंड दे आर ब्लेमिंग यू, दे आर सेइंग दैट एक कम्युनल एजेंडा लेके बीजेपी बंगाल में अपना पॉलिटिक्स करते हैं और वो ऑब्जेक्ट करते हैं इस पे, तो इस पे आपका क्या रिस्पॉन्स है?
देखिए ये तो पुराना आरोप है। ये कश्मीर सुधर गया, वहाँ इंटरनेट बंद नहीं करना पड़ता, वहाँ पथराव नहीं होता है, बंगाल में होता है। ये कोई शॉर्ट पीरियड नहीं है। हम लोग कई साल से आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि देखो पश्चिम बंगाल को पश्चिम बांग्लादेश बनाने का साजिश चल रहा है, और कई घटना है। सीए पारित होने के बाद सबसे ज्यादा हंगामा बंगाल में हुआ 3-4 दिन तक। 250 करोड़ का रेलवे प्रॉपर्टी बर्बाद किया गया, कई ट्रेन जला दिया गया, स्टेशन कई फूंक दिया गया, पट्टी उखाड़ दिया गया, बसेस जलाया गया। नूपुर शर्मा वाली केस में भी देख लीजिए, 3 दिन तक हंगामा चला, कोई रोक टोक ना, एफआईआर ना, लाठीचार्ज ना, कोई अरेस्ट हुआ। हमारे पार्टी ऑफिस जला दिए, मंदिर तोड़ा गया, मूर्ति तोड़ा गया, हिंदू बस्ती में दुकान लूटा गया। वही काम हावड़ा में हुआ है और लगातार चल रहा है। पुलिस या तो दर्शक का भूमिका लेता है या तो पुलिस को भी अटैक किया जाता है, पुलिस कुछ नहीं कर सकता है। और खाली ये तो धार्मिक मामला हो गया, सीए में कोई धार्मिक मामला नहीं था। अभी राजनीतिक घटना हुआ, उनके लोग आपस में गोलीबारी में मर रहे हैं, 7 साल की लड़की के बलात्कार खून हो जाती है।
बट दिलीप दा, ये धार्मिक मामला है या ये, और इज दिस स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड तृणमूल वर्सेस बीजेपी इन फाइटिंग? बंगाल के जो पॉलिटिक्स में जो हमने देखा है, इलेक्शंस जब भी होता है, चुनाव जब भी होता है, वायलेंस काफी दिखाई देता है अक्रॉस द स्टेट। और अब कई लोग हैं जो कहते हैं कि रिलीजियस फेस्टिवल्स हैव बिकम एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ दैट। जो पहले चुनाव में दिखाई देता था, अब रिलीजियस फेस्टिवल्स में दिखाई देता था, और इट इज नाउ द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ बंगाल। इस पे क्या कहेंगे आप?
देखिए पिछले 21 में जो चुनाव हुआ विधानसभा को, उसके बाद जो वायलेंस हुआ था, हमारे 50-60 लोगों की हत्या हुई थी, करीब 75-80 हजार लोग बेघर हुए थे। आज भी लोग गांव नहीं आ पाए, घर तोड़ दिए, जला दिए गए, महिलाओं पर अत्याचार हुई, दुकान लूट लिया गया। ये वही लोग करते हैं, उसमें ज़्यादातर बांग्लादेश से आए घुसपैठिया भी हैं, और वही लोगों से उनको इस्तेमाल किया जाता है राजनीति के लिए। इसलिए सीपीएम के समय भी यही लोग करते थे, आज उन्हीं लोगों का बोलबाला है। इनको पंचायत एमएलए का टिकट दे दिया गया है, टीएमसी पार्टी को ही कंट्रोल करते हैं। इनको कंट्रोल करने का क्षमता ममता बनर्जी में नहीं है, इसलिए उनका साथ देते हैं। पंचायत चुनाव यही लोग जिता देते हैं, यही लोग रिगिंग कराते हैं, बूथ जाम करते हैं, और इन्हीं को यूज किया जा रहा है। इसलिए सरकार दूसरे ऊपर आरोप करता है, कार्रवाई नहीं करता है। लोगों ने वोट देके सरकार में इनको बिठाया है कानून व्यवस्था बनाकर शांति रखने के लिए, अरे आरोप लगाते हैं। मैं तो कहता हूं जो भी दोषी हो आप उसको लाइए कटघरे में, वो हिम्मत उनकी नहीं है, ये कल दोषारोपण करते हैं। और मैं कहता हूं ये पूरा देश में एक साजिश है। विपक्ष जब चारों तरफ बिखर गया है, 24 में क्या होगा ठीक नहीं है। नरेंद्र मोदी को बदनाम करना, बीजेपी को बदनाम करना, देश को बदनाम करने का एक साजिश चल रहा है, ये उसी का भी एक भाग है।
और एक अंतिम सवाल दिलीप दा, आपको पता होगा अमित शाह जी ने बिहार गए थे और बिहार में काफ़ी चीज़ कहा था उन्होंने कम्युनल वायलेंस के खिलाफ काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग एक मैसेज दिया था। उनको कहना था कि देखिए बिहार में जो कम्युनल वायलेंस है वो टॉलरेट नहीं किया जाएगा। कम्युनल अपीजमेंट जो हो रहा है वो बीजेपी वो बिहार का सरकार कर रही है। इस पे आप क्या कहेंगे? फर्स्ट बंगाल देन बिहार, ये एक बीजेपी का लार्जर पॉलिटिकल इनिशिएटिव है इस वक्त कि आप इस मामले पे आप ऑल इंडिया बेसिस पे
महाराष्ट्र में भी हुआ है, महाराष्ट्र में भी हुआ है, गुजरात में भी हुआ है, लेकिन यूपी में नहीं होता है, क्योंकि जानते हैं कि वहां वसूली होगा, बुलडोजर चलेगा। तो कानून व्यवस्था चलाने वाला ठीक ठाक होना चाहिए। छोटा मोटा घटना कहीं भी हो सकता है दुनिया में, लेकिन संभालते का आप कैसे हैं? एक दिन में सब जगह ठंडा हो जाता है, यहाँ 3 दिन क्यों चलता है? सरकार चलाने देती है और कड़ाई से कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। नहीं होगा तो इस प्रकार लोग बार बार इस प्रकार करेंगे और जिनको इससे लाभ मिलता है उसको चलाने देते हैं। इसलिए माननीय गृह मंत्री जो बोला, इनके साथ यही पेश होना चाहिए, तभी बंद होगा, जो यूपी ने करके दिखाया है।
All right, Dilip da, thank you very much. Dhonobad Dilip da for speaking to us.
Dhanyawad.
And sharing the BJP's view of what's happening primarily in West Bengal. This tension does continue. We're joined now by the senior Trinamool Congress leader, Shashi Panja. Thank you very much for being with us, Shashiji, and you would have heard what Dilipda had to say over there. And I think the essential point is that it's the Trinamool, he argues, that has been fueling the violence in Howrah and Hooghly, presumably as well. How would you respond to that?
Good evening, Vishnuji. It is very unfortunate that this is a larger, deep-rooted conspiracy of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and on more occasions than one, it has been proved. We saw what happened in Ram Navami Day in Howrah, and as a continuation today, when Ram Navami is long over, there has Dashami is gone, Ekadashi is gone, today is Dadashi, rather Triyadashi, and yesterday Dadashi, again a similar kind of an attempt in Hooghly. The point is that people with constitutional obligations, I mean, I'm also elected, I'm a minister of the state, he's an MP, he's been elected. I mean, we have a certain constitutional obligations. At least we should be speaking the truth.
But ma'am,
this is more than evident.
How would you respond to those who say that the Trinamool Congress's loss in the last by-elections has resulted in weaponizing Ram Navami,
on the contrary.
And that you are instigating this?
No, on the contrary. I mean, Mamata Banerjee in 2021 won 213 seats out of 294. Those who were saying that they would be crossing 200, that was BJP, they fell short even of and stood at 77. In fact, after that, about 4 of the MLAs have again crossed over to Trinamool Congress. So, you see, loss of 1 seat, and we have evaluated, the party has evaluated, our chairperson is evaluating. And it has been seen that there was more than obvious that there was a nexus between all 3 of our opposition. But that's a political reason, and it should be dealt politically. You see, the point is, those who have lost in 2021, those who wanted an 8-phased election, those who had central forces, everything. But despite all that, Bengal gave the right answer. It started since then. And
but
now
Shashi,
with Panchayat in front...
Let me ask you this, ma'am. You know, because it is important. Dilipda in that interview just before yours said that that video which the Trinamool Congress has been showcasing with somebody with a pistol in his hand, he says that it's a fake video. I mean, it's not from there. How would you reply?
Yes, it's because he looks through the lens of BJP. Now, everything is false. As I told you, Vishnuji, we all are in certain responsible portfolios, and we should at least be far from lies. We should be closer to truth. Now, his leaders, other leaders are not denying, suddenly he denies it. Then there is no point of a discussion. You see, when they are proven, it was their BJP guys and they have been arrested. And they are the ones who are, going for the bail of their people. Now, the point is, BJP on the day of the Howrah incident didn't even condemn the incident. Why? They didn't condemn the incident.
But
you see, they said, we're going for a PIL and NIA and all that.
Why don't you condemn a BJP MLA, Biman Ghosh, being hospitalized with injuries today?
That was in yesterday's rally of Dilip Ghosh.
Yes.
You see, he is the one who utters radical statements. He also comes out with provocative speeches. I mean, he is known for it. I don't know what all he was saying on your show because I was elsewhere on another response, on another parallelly. So I don't know, but I know that he speaks untruth. Now the point is, again, Hanuman Jayanti is coming. So what is this idea of linking festivals with votes and religion with vote? This is what they are practicing, polarization politics. Why should it be? Even we had Navratri. We are Hindus, we fasted. The Muslims have Ramzan, they are fasting. Can't it be done together? It should be. Throughout the year, West Bengal is a state where festivals start from the month of January. And we observe all. We conclude with 25th December, Baradin. I mean, it comes very naturally to us.
And, you know, this is what the Trinamool has been saying, an effort at communalizing religious festivals. But one final question to you, ma'am. What is the ground situation now? It started in Howrah, it went on to Hooghly, internet services disrupted, Section 144 in places. As a cabinet minister, could you tell our viewers what the situation at this moment is?
The situation is under control right from day one in Howrah and also in Hooghly. Secondly, the internet, etc. You know, he's talking about fake videos. They are the first ones to spread rumors. So internet, and these are certain steps which are taken down. We are not a bulldozer government. You see, he's been speaking that, just imagine if a union home minister goes over to Bihar and says, vote for us, and those who are creating riots will be hanged upside down. What is the signal that you're giving? I mean, you're terrorizing people. So you think we should do the same here, hang people upside down? Those who have been... Is this the way people with constitutional obligations should speak with such responsibility? This was not Jahangir Puri in Delhi where they banned the...
No, but ma'am, there are very strong accusations of violence being instigated by your supporters. For example, in their letter to the Bengal governor, ma'am, ruthless stone pelting is their allegation. The use of swords and bombs has been alleged by them, etc., etc., that this was a pre-planned attack, right, which had taken place on this procession which had taken place. So both sides accusing each other of violence.
No. I mean, let the investigation be on. The investigation is on. Even if High Court directs, let it be on. The governor has rightly said that miscreants must be arrested. There are videos. Now is the age of modern age technology, and you have CCTVs all over, and the videos are all there. Nobody can escape the punishment. And BJP, it is more that stands exposed, and that's why they utter lies. Right. It's again, you know, building up a narrative, a false narrative. Everything in Bengal is wrong.
All right, Shashi Panjab, thank you very much for sharing that perspective of the Trinamool Congress. Thank you very much indeed.